Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I'm not going to be super happy today because I am going to be taking a pregnancy test. I am going to be taking a pregnancy test simply because I just found out I was pregnant. And then the pregnancy test lines got darker, but then they just started getting lighter, and I started freaking out. But I still remain hopeful. But then I woke up to a lot of blood, and I went to the hospital. They did a blood test for HCG, and it came up with 32. So the doctor then told me that I had miscarried, and he told me that I needed an ultrasound. They told me that there was no sign of pregnancy, that I had done miscarried very early, and that everything was okay with my body. But they also said that I should not try to conceive until all the HCG is out of my system, and then there's no concerns with that. So that's pretty much why I'm taking a pregnancy test today, is just to see if there's any HCG left. And I don't know if, I'm pretty sure I'm not pregnant anymore. I mean, they did an ultrasound on me. So I'm just going to see what it is and know where we're going to go from there, as far as if I need to go back to the doctor or if we need to start trying to conceive. I'm not sure what we're going to do, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and take a pregnancy test today and see what it says. I started bleeding about 5 days ago, and I really don't know what to think anymore. I'm sorry that I'm not cheerful. I usually am pretty cheerful and happy in my videos, but today I'm not happy. I'm just dealing with what happened, and it's really weird to me just to go to bed pregnant and then wake up the next day and not be pregnant anymore. It is very hard to understand. I was very happy when I found out I was pregnant. I was a lot calmer than I thought I would be, and I was very happy. I could not wait to tell my husband. I couldn't wait to tell my family. And I did not think that when I would tell them that I was probably miscarrying, and then I did. And it's a hard pill to swallow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to pretend like I'm very happy, because I feel like the child that I was given, I don't get to know. I don't get to have. I feel like that little bit of happiness just was taken from me. And I feel like my baby deserved so much more than that. They deserved a life. And it's really hard to just understand what went wrong. The doctor did say that it probably was a chromosome issue. I don't know. Something was just not right, and it just did not let the pregnancy continue. But it's really hard to understand that and get that it just was something wrong. It was totally out of my hands. I just keep going back and forth, like thinking about what I did. I didn't do anything like wrong throughout the whole pregnancy. I was very happy. I was very calm. I don't understand why it happened. I honestly never thought that I would have a miscarriage ever, because I am young and I just didn't think I ever would. But for me and my husband to not conceive for a very long time, with our son, we have a 2-year-old together, and he took a whole year to conceive, and that pregnancy went fine. And then we started trying for this baby, and it was 6 months when I finally got pregnant. So for me, there has to be something that's not quite right. I don't think it's something terribly wrong with me, but there could just be something that just isn't quite right for me to not get pregnant really easily. And to be completely honest with y'all, we never have prevented a pregnancy, but maybe a few times our entire relationship. So I don't really know what's going on, but something's going on. They did an ultrasound on me, and they said that my ovaries looked fine. Everything looked fine. Everything in that area, there was nothing abnormal. Everything was correct size. And so I really don't know what's going on, but it is scary, and I'm not sure what we're going to do as far as trying to conceive. I honestly feel like we're probably going to take a month off, and for this reason, because I want to allow my body to heal up. I don't want to worry about something being wrong again, and also for me mentally to heal. And I just know that if I got pregnant in a couple weeks from now and found out in a couple weeks, that I would be freaking out the whole time, worrying that I'm going to lose that baby. So I just know mentally I'm just not ready to try again right now. And I feel like I would just feel a little more calmer and a little more peace of mind if I allow myself to have another cycle and make sure that everything goes okay, make sure everything is okay and smoothly okay, so that when we start trying again, I won't have those stress in my mind. What if there's something wrong? The doctor did say to skip a cycle. There was another doctor there that said to skip like several cycles, but I feel like in my heart, I feel like we need to skip one cycle this month. We don't need to try, but I feel like after that, everything should be okay and back to where it needs to be. When you go through a pregnancy, it does do things to your body, even if it was a very short pregnancy. So I just think that that probably is the best thing to do in our case. If you have any suggestions on this, or any input, or anything you want to share with me on what you think about trying to conceive after a miscarriage, tell me your thoughts on that, whether we should skip a cycle or two, or how we should do. I would love to know your thoughts and experience on this. Please, thank you so much. And now I'm about to check the pregnancy test, and I'm sure it's going to be negative, which is probably a good thing, because then it will mean that all the HCG is out of me and there's nothing left in me that would have to be. Okay, so yeah. Wow. It's very negative. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like extremely negative. I'm gonna keep an eye on this test, because these tests, this is the, I believe Equate, so this is one from Walmart. I was actually using the Dollar General ones. But these tests can, if you sit them down for like 10 minutes, they can get darker if it's a positive. You have to also watch out for evaporation lines, but it's pretty easy to tell the difference, to be honest, because an evaporation line would be a lot thinner. So I'm going to keep an eye on this pregnancy test and see if it does darken up, but right now it's very negative. I will show y'all very, very soon what this pregnancy test looks like, but it's very negative. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it, though, to make sure that it doesn't get any darker, because if it does, then that would mean that there's still some things left over that I would have to talk to the doctor about, because you don't want to, the doctor told me that I don't want to start trying again when I still have HCG left over from the miscarriage. So I'm just, I have a terrible headache. I feel awful. I've been bleeding for about 5 days now, and it's just, it sucks. I am very upset. I'm trying to stay positive about it, because I do feel like I will never get pregnant or have a pregnancy with no issues if I don't like stop focusing on it and stop just going back and forth about it in my head. So that's one thing I'm trying to do, is just stay positive and get my mind on other things. I do want to try to come up with a hobby or something I can do to just like not think about it so much. So if you have any suggestions on that, please let me know. I think I'm gonna start walking, or I don't know. My husband said he was gonna start walking. I think it's good to just have a hobby or something to do that takes your mind off of this. And right now I just focus on my son and YouTube, and I think it makes me have to start like keep thinking about it, and I just want to not think about it so much. So yeah, it's definitely very negative. It's gut wrenching. I'm not gonna lie. I never in a million years thought that would happen. I just have to keep faith that everything happens for a reason, and there was just something that was wrong. That was just a natural process of something just went wrong. And the first 9 weeks of pregnancy are very fragile. So if there is something that doesn't quite go right, there's something that's just kind of off, then you know you could miscarry, and it's really scary. But I'm just going to stay positive, because stress definitely is not good for trying to conceive in pregnancy. So if you are trying to conceive and struggling, please know that you are in my thoughts and prayers. And I do ask that you keep me in your thoughts and prayers as well in this process. And I just pray that I'm able to heal up from this situation and from losing our baby. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I will always remember that little baby, and that very short time that we had together, though I cherish it so much. I was so happy. That's like the happiest I've been ever. And just, it felt so complete, and it was just so nice to just have her with me, so close to me. And I will never forget her or him. And I want to keep in her memory alive, in her life. Always just celebrate her life, even though it was very short, and always cherish those times that we had together. I will never forget. I guess I'm gonna go now, so I love y'all. Bye bye.
Say